you're all well. If you're new to the channel, I am Jay, I'm your host, and together we review, we taste, and we learn everything there is to learn about wine. So please, sit back, relax, subscribe if you find the content interesting, and allow me to take you to a wonderful wine journey. Let's begin. I've decided to start a new wine series. It's gonna be called Varieties. This is gonna be episode number 1. So this is the core, the basic thing I need you and I want you to learn about wine. So please, ladies and gentlemen, know your wine varieties, your grapes. Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon, Shiraz, Zinfandel, Chardonnay. There are over 10,000 wine varieties worldwide. Obviously, we're not going to review all of them, but I need you to know the basics. So let's review the basics, the ones that you're going to come across most often. And let's begin with our first wine variety. Today's wine, the Merlot. Let me just say that if you visit my main channel, at the section playlist, you can find organized and categorized, for your easier understanding, and in order not to get confused and overwhelmed, you can find different playlists like basic wine countries, secondary wine countries. There's also a section for Greek ASMR for my Greek audience. We have general info about wine. We have celebrity wines, and I've ordered a couple of very interesting wine bottles from celebrities that I didn't even know that great wine, and I'm not sure when the bottles are going to arrive due to the current situation, but I'm excited, and we're going to review them. We're going to have a blast, and it will be very interesting. So let's begin with today's wine, the Merlot. Once again, allow me to introduce you to this wine variety. It's probably one of the most known wine varieties. If you've ever tried that wine, you know this. And let me just talk a little bit about the history of the grape. It's an offspring of Cabernet Franc and Magdalene Noir, so these are the parents of the Merlot grape. It's also a sibling to Cabernet Sauvignon. The earliest recordings of this wine variety is approximately around the 1700s, I believe, and they used to mention it as Merlot, and now they mention it as Merlot. So the spelling is, the pronunciation is the same, but the spelling is different, and the name, it gets its name from the bird, the local bird in France, which used to eat the specific grapes. It was primarily grown in the Médoc region of Bordeaux, so the left bank, and as of today they've also moved it over the right bank. So let's just discuss a little bit about the Bordeaux map. We have 5 regions and over 50 of approximately around 57 appellations. So on the left bank we have the Médoc region, producing some of the best wine today, like Pauillac, Saint-Estèphe, Margaux, and just below the Médoc we have the Grape region. Then on the right bank we have the Bourg-et-Blayais. Below that we have the Libournais, also one of the best areas in Bordeaux. Pomerol is here. Pomerol is an appellation where Chateau Petrus is producing the amazing Petrus wine, and also Saint-Emilion-Lussac, great quality wines. And just below the Libournais we have the Entre-de-Mer. Now, as of today, Merlot, the French call it Merlot, worldwide it's known as Merlot. As of today it's grown, well, pretty much all around the planet. So any decent country that's producing wine will produce Merlot. France is the place where the grape origins. Also Italy produces extremely good Merlot, one of the super Tuscans. We also have Spain, Catalonia, Australia with the Barossa Valley and the McLaren Vale. We have, what else? New Zealand, Napa Valley in the USA, also Washington in USA, Greece. So Merlot is pretty much produced all around the world. Let's discuss a little bit about the character of the wine. Here we'll divide the grape into two main categories. We have the cool climate and the warm climate. Before we get into that, I have one wine from the warm climate, one from the cool climate. Before we get into that, let's just discuss a little bit about the grape. So it's a laid back, a relaxed, you can say an ASMR variety. It's easygoing, it's perfectly fine to be consumed, enjoyed on its own. It's light, it's soft, it has like a velvet texture to it. It's quite underrated in my opinion. I've mentioned this before in the movie Sideways. There was a very bad reputation for the Merlot, and well, to be honest, there are many bad quality Merlot currently on the market, so maybe that has also to do a little bit with the reputation of the grape. But some of the most expensive wine bottles, such as Petrus and Margaux, are 100% from the Merlot grape. So with me today, and I want to do a quick comparison, we have a Merlot from France, from Bordeaux, from the cool climate, and from the warm climate, from Napa Valley, USA. Obviously, we're going to find many similarities due to the fact that it's the same variety, but also many differences because we have different countries, different producers, different vintages. Main division will be the climate. So once again, cool climate, warm climate. In the cool climate of Merlot, we usually get red fruit. So aromas and taste the notes of strawberries, of red plum, of raspberries. Whereas in the warm climate we have dark fruit, so blackberries, blackcurrant, black plum, cherries. Also cherry is like the main scent that you will get in any Merlot. Okay, so if you have a glass of wine and you can scent cherry, it's like the dominant scent here, then you should assume that it's a Merlot. Let's go ahead though and try these out. Okay, so definitely some fruit, some strawberries, a little bit of raspberries. I'm also getting a lot of the spices and a couple of different things in the back. I'm not so sure yet. But this is like a highly complex nose. Let's go and just see the United States, the Napa Valley Merlot. Very different character, much more simple and plain here. I'm only getting fruit, to be honest. Much more powerful and dense and deep. Yeah, black fruit possibly. It's a little bit more robust on the nose, but also very simple in comparison to the French variety, to the French Merlot, because here no complexity, fruit, nothing else. Let me just try this out again. There's something on the back, maybe it's a little bit of chocolate, I'm not so sure. Okay, let's give it a taste. Okay, so let me just say that it's similar texture. That's why I tried them out together to see similarity. Texture is similar. They're both like have a quality velvet to it. Nice finish. this one. Let me just say it out individually. Try to hit all the receptors. So yeah, medium tannin, medium body, quite light for a red wine. Flat finish for me, flat finish. But yeah, just very enjoyable and simple. Let's see, Napa Valley. It's also light, but a little bit more of a heavy body in comparison to this one. Easy going, easy to drink. Both of these can be consumed on their own, no foods needed to accommodate these. So it's your pretty much everyday wine. If you want to kick back and relax, go with a Merlot. If you're going to go with a red wine, this is much more, I'm not sure how to characterize it. I don't want to say flat, maybe simple. It like follows a straight line. You get your fruit notes, your fruity notes, and your finish is like the same. However, this has a nice finish and a little bit of an alteration to it. Much more complex wine here. Complexity is good for a wine. You're looking for complexity. It means that is maybe even higher quality. Let me just say that the price range between these two wine are the same pretty much, and they're $50 bottles each, give or take. And well, that's it for today. I mean, Merlot, your perfect wine variety to be introduced to. If you're new to wine, start here. And our next episode, not our next wine video, but our next episode for the varieties will be the Cabernet Sauvignon. And I really want to emphasize on the varieties, because if you're serious about getting into wine, and then this is the place that you need to start. So you need to know your varieties. That's pretty much it for today's video. So just to recap, once again, Merlot, a simple, easy going wine, can be consumed on its own. Light, remember the word light, soft tannins, low acidity, and you're pretty much everyday wine. Drink responsibly, try out different styles of wine, and I'll see you soon.